Hey there, I am Parth Doshi, exploring the field of RPA and sharing my learnings with you by making videos. So, this is the next video in the series of attended and unattended automation. In this series, basically, I am creating videos wherein you can understand what is attended automation, what is unattended automation, and also build some use cases on both the types of automation. So, in this video, we are going to see the second use case for attended automation that is related to the banking industry. So now let me give you a quick overview of what is this use case going to be about. So sometimes it happens that when users create account or when customers create account in the bank, there some documents are left to be submitted and they don't submit for a while. So what this particular workflow will do, it we are having an Excel file that is we are going to treat our Excel file as a database. So let me show you the Excel file. This is our Excel file. Now you can see there are different data entries over here. So now what are these data entries? These are the account number, the customer name, his email id, his phone number, and the documents which he has submitted and not submitted. So the user always he cannot keep a track of, or he cannot remind himself every time what he has submitted or not submitted. So we are going to send him an alert like these documents are submitted, these are not submitted, so please submit it, and to avoid the closing of your account. So that is the scenario we are treating over here. Now what it will do is basically it will read the Excel file and it will send alert only to the customers whose documents or whose to whom the alert has not been sent. So here we are going to write alert sent. So if this row has the value alert sent over here, then it will not send the mail to the customer. But if the alert sent is not there, then definitely it has to send the mail. Okay, so let's start with building the workflow. I've already built the workflow. I will explain but each step in detail. Now, first what we have to do is obviously we have to read our Excel file and store the data in the customer data table. Now we are going to use the for each row activity to send a mail to each user. So we are using for each row in customer data table. After that, what we are doing is we are checking if the item in alert. Yeah, so what we are doing is we are checking if the alert this particular row is empty or not, because if it is empty, then only we need to send a reminder to the user. We don't want to spam to the user. So what we are going to do, we are going to just send one mail. Now you can configure this bot how you want it to run, like once in a week or once in 2 weeks or whatever it is. So that can be done later part. Then if the string is empty, that means the alert is not sent. What we are going to do is we are going to take each of the data, his email id, his Aadhaar card status, PAN card status, photograph status, and his name. And this right line I have just used to understand. Okay, and what we are going to do is we are going to send him a mail. So as you can see over here, I've configured the mail body, and this is like the complete hello. We are passing the name, so it is completely dynamic. Then on next line, please submit the remaining documents to avoid the closure of your bank account. So if the documents are not submitted, please submit the documents in next 1 week to avoid the closure of your bank account. Then on new line, we are giving him the complete details of his documents. We are not just giving him the details which he has submitted or not submitted. We are giving him the complete details. Like these are the documents you need to submit again, and these are the documents you have already submitted. So the user also gets a track of what he has left to submit and what he has to submit. So Aadhaar card, then we are sending the Aadhaar card status. This is basically just used to write the data on the next line in the mail. After that, PAN card, again PAN card status, and photograph status. So this is how we are sending, and I'm using SMTP and not Outlook, so you can use whatever mail configurations you want. Now once that mail is sent, we are going to update our row item column. So we are updating our alert column with alert sent, and that we are writing in the row dot item in bracket the column name. So wherever it is not blank, it will update it as alert sent. Okay, so let me just change some of these terms because I'm just sending it to my mail IDs only. So we should know like there are different mails being sent. Cut this and paste over here. Okay. And let's also change the name Ramesh and let's make it here Rakesh. Save. After that, we are writing our complete new data table. So here the data table is getting updated and not the Excel file when we are using the assign statement. This particular value is getting updated in our data table. So we need to write that new data table in our Excel file. So that we are doing as our last step. So let me first run this workflow and see whether we are getting the proper mails and whether this is getting updated or not. So let me close this, save and run. So now since all the three are blank, what it should do is it should send three different mails with different name and with the different updates of the documents. As you can see, the first user is there in the right line. Okay, so the mail is sent. Now again for the second row, and the right range should be outside the for each row activity. So the to avoid writing the Excel file multiple times and just complete it in one go. Okay, so this is the third time we are getting it done. And now finally, after all the data is done, and you can see in the output, you can see in 40 seconds, we were able to update 3 customers with the complete details. Okay. So you can let me refresh this. And you can see there was no human interaction, human direction, nothing was involved. This was completely unattended bot. Hello Parth, please submit the remaining documents. Let's also cross check with our Excel file. Refresh. So the first one is Parth. His first document is submitted and the rest of the two are not. Submitted Aadhaar card, PAN card and photograph are not submitted. PAN card and photograph are not submitted. So this is how you can see we have sent the mail. Let's check the other mail ID. Hello Ramesh, please submit the remaining. Okay, there is a typo error in remaining, no problem. Remaining documents in next 1 week to avoid the closure. So this particular use case can be completely used in a bank to update their customers about the documents they have to submit or they have already submitted. Also, let's see the other mail. Hello Rakesh. Now we can see over here the alert sent is updated. Now what let's do is let's add one more entry 753 and let's just copy this data, copy, paste, and let me change the name to Sita. Phone number, no problem, submitted. Let's make this as not submitted. And this we are, so suppose in the same Excel file, there is new data entry now to which the alert has not been sent. So now in this case, only one mail should be sent, that is to Parth180. Let me close this. Again, open the UiPath, save and run. So it is checking which each of the element. If you saw there were 3 elements with first it checked and then it just came to the last one. So that's why it was just highlighting to the upper part. And now let's check our email. You can see, hello Sita, submitted, not submitted, not submitted. So this is how unattended automation works. There was no human direction involved. What I did, I just created an Excel file as my database and I created my UiPath workflow. And this, so basically I'm just trying to pick real world use case where you can directly implement this, maybe in your organization, maybe to your clients or something. So this can be in terms of like, this can be a POC kind of thing, which you can show, like you can use UiPath in this particular scenario or in this particular use case. I hope this particular video helped you understand in detail about the document understanding and how you can implement this in real use cases, and also you got to learn something new. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet, and press the bell icon to stay updated to all the new videos I upload. Thank you.